Hi, this is underKG.com and this is Phil. And this is Asus Padfone Mini. And we're going to take a look at this weird kind of perspective of the smartphone. So this is what you do. There's a phone, and if you want to use it as a tablet, you put it onto this tablet dock. And voila, there is the tablet screen. Your phone screen projected into this whole big tablet. So we're going to take a look at the phone wise of the device first. There is a receiver on the top, Asus logo, and the 4 inches of a WVGA resolution display. That's 480 by 800 if you happen to forget what that is. There's back and home and multitasking key, along with this patterned finish on the bottom of the phone that we've seen from the ZenBook laptops from Asus. On the right is a power key with the volume rocker, the earphones jack with the micro USB port, and the docking port, which is utilized when you dock this into the tablet dock. And on the back is a camera with the speaker grill, Asus logo, and the Intel logo with the Padfone logo. And that's pretty much it for the top front black and the back white side of the phone. And the battery cover is detachable, giving you access to the battery. This is 1170 milliamps of the battery, which is considerably very small amount of the battery, considering the small size of the screen. And this does pose some threats to your experiences on the Asus Padfone Mini. There's a dual SIM card slot over here, both micro SIMs, and there's a micro SD card slot so you can expand your phone storage if you're willing to. And putting the phone back in, the battery cover back in. Let's do a little size comparison. This is the Padfone Mini, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. And this is the Galaxy Note 3 Neo. We can see how small of a phone the Padfone Mini is. So there's that. And the screen on the Padfone Mini is not exactly spectacular. It's just another WVGA resolution screen. It's not exactly impressive. And the phone aspect of the device doesn't really have much to tell. So we're going to bring in the tablet dock. The tablet dock poses 7 inches of 1280 by 800 pixels of IPS plus display, although it does not exactly show a good picture either. There's a speaker on the top so you can talk directly to the tablet if you happen to receive a phone call, which is not suggested. And there's the Asus logo. On the bottom on the right is a power key with the volume rocker, and inside the power key is a little LED flashlight, so it flashes in orange when it's in charge and green when it's fully charged. There's a micro USB port on the top, and this earphone jack, you'll be utilizing the one on the phone, and nothing on the left nor bottom. The back, the camera is also utilized by the phones, and there is a speaker grill on the bottom and the little Padfone station logo on the back. This is a pretty massive device. Comparing to the mainstream tablets like the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro, it's a very massive device, both in thickness and the weight. Not only to mention that it doesn't look that beautiful. So that's the Padfone station. We're gonna jump right into the interface. So this is their lock screen. It's very neat, very clean. There are information shown here, the weather, and I turned it off, but you can show your next schedule and those kind of informations as well. And this is called Zen UI. That's very zen. It's a very neat little colorful interface. It's not exactly flat like the rest of the apps nowadays have, and it's kind of very colorful little icons that may even look a little childish. I kind of liked it, and the way that it draws little aspects and the elements of the screen really amazed me at how Asus deals with their interfaces. You can swipe both from the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen to bring different context menu, and this is the little shortcuts, and your settings menu looks like this. It's a long list of the lines, and those little icons Asus has customized it as well. And Another thing that impressed me was the clock app. Looks very neat with the world map over here and the alarm clock, stopwatch, and the counter app. Those are very neat selection of the Asus Zen UI. Alrighty, CPU-wise, the hardware-wise, as we have aforementioned, there is ATEM Z2560 dual-core processor. It's hyper-threaded, so you'll be seeing 4 logical cores over here. 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of storage built in. And the most disappointing hardware specs over here is the battery. While we started at the 80-something, is already reaching to the 81%. And this is even with the Padfone station connected to the phone. So when you're using the phone by itself, you'll be seeing the battery literally running out of your face. And that's not exactly a pleasant experience. Even when you turn on the battery saver, there's called the smart saving. So you can turn it on to save your battery, but power consumption is so big that it costs so much of the power. When you have power smart saving turned on, you'll see a significant drop of your performances in your phone. It's barely usable, so we suggest not and just drawing your battery off. Either way, it's not good. So there's that, and another complaint that we had was the screen. The screen with the lower resolution and the inaccurate color reproduction isn't a surprise for a mid-range or perhaps a low-end device. But what surprised us here is that the color tones go better with the reading mode. So usually the reading mode kind of like yellowishes the screen and makes it easy to read the screen while you're on your bed or similar environments. But this over here, Asus reading mode, chooses the color to the way that it's supposed to be. Not really sure if I should compliment this or not, but the default color presentation isn't good. Performance-wise, the Atom Dual Core does pretty good job. The whichever websites that you go is flawless. The performance is very solid, except for the fact that it draws battery like crazy. The camera quality isn't that good as you would not expect from a mid-ranger, and neither is the sound either from the speaker nor the earphone jack. And the biggest concern that I have with the Padfone is that it's too big. It's too big compared to the mainstream tablet. This is one of the best tablets in the market, most expensive at the same time, but even compared to the cheaper tablets and older tablets, this is still too bulky, thick, and gigantic at the same time. And I don't exactly see the point of putting your phone in the tablet. Sure, it looks interesting. It's fun to tell people that you got a phone with the tablet station, but what's the point with it? So there's one thing that I figured is that there's continuity. If you're watching something on the phone and you want to watch that on the tablet, you can just dock it and the one that you're watching is just going to show it there. And same goes with the web browsing and the reading text or other aspects of the applications. But with the cloud and the sending systems and those kind of syncs working so well in this kind of age, is that really necessary? Is that much of a killer usage for you to carry 2 devices? One is even bulky and doesn't do anything without your phone. I don't think that exactly makes sense. So if you want to take a look something in your tablet, you'll be taking tablet station off your bag and you have to put your phone, which you wouldn't have to if you just had a tablet, which is far more lighter and smaller. So that's the thing. It's an interesting device, but it doesn't really tell much of the reason why we should need an empty tablet without a phone and carry them at the same time. So that was Asus Padfone Mini. I know there's a higher spec devices of this kind of concept in the world, Asus Padfone S and the Padfone X's, those kind of things. But at least for the Padfone Mini, especially for the Intel version, for the whole power consumption, we didn't catch the rationale for carrying 2 devices. This was underKG. Don't forget to drop by our underkg.com website, and we got the social medias and the underKG View channel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Don't forget to drop by and follow us there. Thank you always for watching, and we'll see you guys later.